what is best for your business. Many tech projects fail miserably because companies cannot choose the right service model for themselves. This isn't just about cost, it's about finding what's truly best for your company's needs. Let's explore 4 popular ways in which businesses get help: staff augmentation, consulting, outsourcing, and managed services. I'll share what each model is, why should you choose a model and why should you not choose a model, and tips to make the most out of each one. First up, staff augmentation, adding talent directly to your team. Staff augmentation means bringing external professionals like developers, designers, or engineers into your team. They use your tools, follow your workflows, and report to your managers. Rather than buying a pre-built solution, you extend capacity with skilled experts who effectively become a part of your organization. What are the benefits? Knowledge building. Augmented staff align with your goals, understand project characteristics, and team culture over time. They help in building, maintaining institutional knowledge. Bring them on. Scalability. You can adjust the team size dynamically. If you need 3 additional engineers for a new feature, you bring them on. When the project finishes, you simply end the contract. Culture fit. Reputable agencies like Smart IT Staff focus on matching talent to your company's environment. They invest in retention, training, and building industry best expertise, plus understanding the client's core needs. But look for common challenges that hiring companies face. Leadership requirement. Extra hand don't guarantee progress. You need capable in-house lead or manager to guide new people. Without someone holding the compass, team can lose direction. Communication overheads. A $30 an hour offshore developer can become $45 or more after considering those 3 a.m. meetings, time zone delays, and extra review cycles. A hybrid setup with 2 local heads plus 5 offshore developers can balance clarity and cost. Let's move on to consulting. Consultants are specialists you hire to diagnose problems, design strategies, and sometimes oversee major projects. They typically don't code day to day, rather, they deliver roadmaps, best practices, and actionable plans. Think of them as navigators pointing your ship towards success. What benefits they hold? Strategic vision. Consultants uncover hidden issues, recommend improvements you might have missed. Focus expertise. When you need specialized knowledge like compliance with new regulations or performance evaluations, consultants can save weeks of trial and error. Skill transfer. Top consultants train your team, share reputable success stories. They leave behind playbooks and recorded sessions. You can keep running operations without them. Sounds good, but there are potential risks. Dependency risk. Without explicit knowledge transfer agreements, you can end up paying for support indefinitely. Insist on screen recordings and formal training days to make sure you remain independent without them. Variable quality. Not all high-priced consultants deliver high value. Before signing, ask for relevant project outcomes. The best experts solve big problems in a fraction of time. Otherwise, you can risk paying big dollars just for a fancy presentation without real impact. Cost versus impact. Big companies may charge $400 an hour, but an experienced ex-CTO at 1/3 of the price who has built scaled businesses like yours can deliver equal or greater value. Look for hands-on experience, not just popular names. Well, if this sounds risky, you can choose outsourcing. Outsourcing means you can give a complete project or function to an external vendor. You can specify what you need and they deliver with a finished product. It can be a mobile app or an urgent project requirement or data migration. And no, you cannot outsource coming to the office. Do it yourself. In outsourcing, you usually work with project manager, not the individual developers. The vendors control processes and pay a fixed price for agreed outputs. The advantages? Fixed budget. With clear requirements, you can often receive bids for your project and you plan your finances accordingly. There's less certainty about the final cost. Speed for standard tasks. For well-defined, repeatable tasks like setting up a WordPress site or migrating data, outsourcing can deliver quickly. Reduced management load. Since vendors handle execution, you don't need a full-time internal manager. You mainly review milestones and approve tasks when they are complete. But again, everything is grey. Not best, not worst. Messy codes. Once I saw an e-commerce client outsource their entire shopping cart to an outsourcing agency. It worked in testing but collapsed under real traffic. They had to spend more than rebuilding because the outsourced code could not handle huge traffic. Intellectual property risks. Always require that you own all IP and source codes from day one. Otherwise, a vendor could hold you hostage or reuse your work for a competitor. Some companies fail to secure IP rights and then they have to buy them back with their own code later. Limited flexibility. Outsourcing is best when under 10% of the work is uncertain. If you're building an AI model or integrating blockchain, that's too many unknowns. Those project needs close collaboration, rapid feedback loops. Reserve outsourcing for clearly defined parts of your plan. Well then, managed services should be the one. Managed service providers take full responsibility of running specific systems, servers, networks or security on an ongoing basis. They monitor, patch, backup and optimize everything so you don't have to. Think of it as subscribing a service that keeps your infrastructure alive and healthy. It also comes with big benefits. Proactive maintenance. A good MSP provides regular reports, monthly or quarterly, highlighting cost reductions, security patches applied, and performance improvements. You can see real value instead of generic invoice each month. Around the clock monitoring. If you can't staff a 24/7 maintenance team, an MSP handles alerts, high importance incidents, and emergency patches so you can rest easy. On-demand expertise. Managed services bring specialists in cloud, networking, and security without hiring each role. For small and overburdened teams, that gap coverage is priceless. But what's priced are the hidden costs and risk involved. Silent cash burn. Some MSP earn most when your environment remains unchanged. They collect monthly fees without delivering improvements, demand quarterly matrix, and if you don't see progress for 2 consecutive quarters, find somewhere else. Vendor lock-in. MSPs often configure and manage your entire stack, backups, networking, monitoring, so if you want to leave, you're stuck. To avoid this, insist on configuration as code and regular handover sessions so your team knows how things are working. But the question is, which one is the best for your business? My answer would be a hybrid model. Instead of only picking one model, many companies mix and match to suit their needs. Here's a simple 3-step pattern. Strategic roadmap. Hire a consultant or a fractional CTO to create a clear plan. They identify long-term risks, design your architecture, and set priorities. Number 2, core development. Use staff augmentation to build the heart of your product. Your in-house manager or lead collaborates with small and dedicated external team to write the code, implement features, and solve project challenges. Number 3, ongoing operations. Once you go live, hand over the infrastructure management, monitoring, and security to a managed service provider. This frees your in-house team to focus on new features and innovation. And if you don't have the budget to accommodate all the modules, then you should choose companies that offer all of them, like smartitstaff.com. I also have some practical tips for these models. Number 1, demand clear reporting. Whether you choose staff augmentation or managed services, insist on monthly or quarterly performance matrix. Know exactly how many hours were worked, which issues were fixed, and what improvements were made. Number 2, safeguard knowledge. For consulting and outsourcing, require a knowledge transfer period. Get recordings, host training sessions, and keep through documentation. That way, you'll never left empty-handed when the contract ends. Number 3, plan for exits early. Always ask, how can we bring back this work in-house? For managed services, require that configurations are stored as code, that your in-house team attends regular overhaul drills. When you're ready to switch providers, you won't be wasting time and resources. So, ultimately, no single model fits every company. Most who want to win using these models combine all 4. Start with a clear roadmap with an expert consultant, add flexible augmented team, and finish with an MSP to keep you running smoothly. Still, if you're confused, reach out to us via the top link in description and check out the video to know how big companies like Google and Microsoft make the most out of staff augmentation for a better understanding. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!